So I just went over all the tools that we'll be covering to do these. And so what I did was I grabbed a photo, and you can see where you do the line drawing. It's the mapping of the colors. And you do a value study. And then you grab the colors off of this. And then I use the soft pastel brush to recreate the photo just right there, just in the color swatch. And I'm grabbing the colors from here and creating a whole palette of colors that I'm going to use there. Pretty cool?
That's cool.
Yeah. And I'll show you why this is the neatest trick. This is why I love Procreate. This is why I don't think I'll ever use anything else. This is the magic of Procreate. So this color right here, see this?
Oh, it's a color dropper.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna pick up that color, and now my brush is that color. I'm gonna hold my finger down. I'm gonna pick up, now it's that dark purple. So what I did to create this is I just picked up the colors that I wanted to use. Make sure I've got this in soft pastel. And then I go over here and I create these swatches. Then when I'm doing this part, I don't need to guess at it. I just go over here and pick it up from here wherever I want. It's like picking up your paint from your palette and then painting with it. So that's the reason why I create all of these with my pictures that I want to paint. So I was showing the group yesterday, all of these, right up to right about here. Those are all pre-planned paintings. I can just sit down. I've got my sketch, my value study, my palettes, and they're all set on multiple layers. So at any given time when I have time, I don't have to set up anything except get out my paints, brushes, and open whatever inspires me that day. So it's ready to go. And it's all organized in one spot. I don't have to go searching for resources, references, photos, piece it together, all the hard work that kind of says, oh great, now I have to find a new reference photo. And I am ready to go at any given time. And this has saved me from artist blocks ever since I started doing this, because I don't have that big job, that big hurdle. So
It's funny the thing that you did on the side with the samples of the color.
Yeah.
Back when I was doing markers, I would often just do a little dot of what I was using.
Yeah.
It's a similar thing. So if I were to scan one of those images, I could actually, I can just use the dropper to do the, but if I didn't have the image itself, I could use those colors.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Cool. Kind of mind-blowing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can use your sketchbook, because that's why one of the first things I showed you was you can take a picture, import your sketchbook picture without taking your sketchbook, apart, and then you'll have it in here, and then you can work on layers of that. And so a lot of the pre-planning sketches you've been working on, that becomes, you could take a picture of a little drawing that you created on a big sheet of all these multiple sketches, and then that could manifest into a whole piece.
Oh, so that's like the underdrawing.
Yep. Pretty cool, huh?
Mm.
Yeah. And for your sake, say you've got a beautiful dragon piece and you think you want to put in like some fairies or this big tree, being able to take a picture of it and then just draw on top of that. And you can do several layers. So maybe there's 4 or 5 trees, you don't know which one. Just do different layers to trace one tree and another, and then you can make the layers disappear and figure out, without touching your artwork, which is going to be the best composition.
Yeah, because normally I'm struggling with tracing paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this saves time, effort, supplies, just a lot more. And with all the brushes, like had you play around with like Luminous, you start adding that in and it gets your mind going off in different directions. And then you can kind of figure out, well, do I want to use some metallic paint for that? And kind of, it gets you thinking, outside the box, because you can see it, kind of play around with it. And you don't have to be afraid of ruining something to play around. You just hit the back button or tap it.
Right.
It can really help
Have
you.
you seen have you used it yet and then had it like translate into an actual painting? Have you gone that far with it yet?
Yeah, these two up here.
We're actually originally
Mm-hmm.
on Procreate and then.
Yep.
Can we see that?
That's on Procreate. I don't know if you got a glare, but you got kind of a glare. I don't know if you can see it. I'll just hold it up this way.
Yeah.
So if you want to see what that looks like in...
So is that a print of your work from Procreate or did you
Yeah.
paint that?
Nope, it's a
That's
print.
from
Yep.
gotcha.
Yeah, and what I had to do, knowing I was going into this wanting to print it out at 16 by 20, I had to start out in the print size.
Oh, right.
So that I...
Resolution,
Yep.
print, yeah.
So I knew it was going to have the quality print that I was looking for.
Have you done a study yet that you've actually like translated into like a real, not that that's not real,
Yeah.
like an actual watercolor or an acrylic painting? Have you gone so far as to
Oh,
like
yeah.
try doing that? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got some
Is
in
it
here
working
that...
good for it?
It is. I absolutely love it. It's there's been nothing like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I like to teach this as a tool for fine arts. I mean, it's really gotten me into digital art too, but
Which you would have thought like 2 years ago, right?
yeah. No, it was about 2 years ago. Almost 2 years ago. I had to wait though to get this cuz you get really obsessed. But you can see up in here if I click on layers, and I've got all these different layers that I have different, like you can see the luminous in there, the different brushes that I used and layered. I use a dark background for this one. I think the wings were the funnest to play around with. Yeah, so cancel. All right, so who's interested in kind of setting this up?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So does everyone have something that they want to, like a picture they want to import and play around with some color?
Do you want us to keep it something simple like that?
It doesn't have to be, bless you. A landscape is nice.
Let's throw all my photos and they're all so complicated.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I can grab something like,
No, it's fine. I have several things
Okay.
I chose.
all right, do you have one that you would like to work with now? Because it should have some variation in color.
Yes.
Something that you want to use, like maybe you want to recreate a pastel or like an acrylic. Those would be some nice brushes to play around with.
Actually, I think it's a picture of a dog
Cool.
because his fur is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
He's on like a white background because
Nice.
the fish.
Why don't we start there? We'll